Okay, so we've wrapped up one official month of data from the Greater Toronto Area real estate market in 2023, and we're pretty much on par with where we ended the year in 2022. Today's video will be pretty heavy on the numbers. We're just going to be going over the stats for the Toronto Real Estate Board Market Watch Report to see where things are at this stage of the game 1 month through the year in 2023. And then we're also going to see where the market could go in the next 3 to 6 months. So diving straight into the average sale price for all asset classes combined, the total in January 2023 was sitting at about $1,039,000, which is only down about 1.2% from December 2022. So again, we're basically at a deadlock on prices as of right now, as we have been for the past 4 or 5 months, and that's because not enough good properties or condos are coming to the market. In terms of an individual asset class breakdown, the 416 area code had these following stats. Detached traded at about $1.49 million. Semis went for an average price of $1.15 million. Townhomes were trading at $981,000, and condos averaged out at $711,000. Out of all the average prices, semis and townhomes, they actually held the best from a month prior in December 2022. Townhomes were actually almost $100K more expensive in January 2023, which was really interesting to see. If you take a look at this chart, you'll see where we stand for January 2023 in comparison to the previous 3 years. The 2023 line is the gray one, 2022 is the yellow line, blue line is 2021, and the green line is for 2020. All of these numbers are also pulled from the Toronto Real Estate Board. I'm showing this graph because I really want to highlight the fact that we're still above where we were at in 2019 to 2021 in terms of average prices in the marketplace right now. I bring up this point a lot with my audience, and I really want people to have a bigger picture view of this for our real estate market. Although there is uncertainty and prices have come down from the peak, we're still averaging out over $1 million across the GTA, which is an expensive price tag. And circling back a bit, the inventory rate is sitting at 3 months right now, so we are in a balanced market and it is easier to transact in this market. But places that are worthwhile and are of value are actually having multiple offers and offer presentation dates, which is crazy for this current environment. Interest rates are up and they're actually forecasted to rise again this year, despite the Bank of Canada hinting that they'll pause them in some articles that were posted about a week and a half ago. Inflation, while trending downwards, is still at 6.3%. There's just so many different factors at play here. There were another 150,000 jobs added to our economy in January 2023, which actually outdid the December job total of about 100,000 jobs. So even though I think the Bank of Canada is a little overkill with the rate hikes, they may have one more in store, but time will tell. Total sales for the month of January 2023 sat at 3,100 units, which is actually only 17 units shy of the December total of 3,117. So in terms of inventory coming to the market, I think that things will pick up in the second half of the year, but maybe pretty slow until then. It'll be March before we know it, and Q1 will be completely in the books. But expectations for the end of the year approach is for us to finish the year with around 70,000-ish home sales, so just slightly down a little bit from the 2022 total. Our rental market has cooled a little bit in terms of activity, but is still pretty vibrant. Prices are holding at a high average of almost $2,500 a month for a one-bedroom apartment in the city of Toronto. A quick tip for tenants out there right now: I really think that people should consider having a roommate when rental rates are this high, just so that you can save some money and put some money in your pocket. Sticking with the subject of high rent, I was also doing a deal recently, and this unit was occupied by a tenant. We were the purchaser in this situation, and we wanted vacant possession, and the current sellers could not get the N11 form signed by the renter. They were already in the unit for like 2 years or so on a month-to-month basis, and they have not been complying with any rent increases, and they were not vacating this property. So we couldn't end up going through with it and purchasing it. But it's really scary for landlords to be in situations like this, right? As rent goes higher and higher, you may see this unusual behavior happen more often than not, and this is because the landlord and tenant board is so backlogged. There you have it. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found value in the January 2023 market report update. If you have any questions, as always, please feel free to give me a shout, or you can check us out at the links below and connect with me there. Until next time, remember to trust the process and fall in love with your journey.